I look like I'm from Philly. Look at that beard, boy. It is Wednesday, August 5th, 2015, 11, no, 12:47 p.m. Oh boy, a lot to catch y'all up on. I haven't been doing it, and I be saying I'm gonna do it, and then I don't do it. Let me break down why that happens. One, I'm kind of messed up in my head, man. Like, it's a lot of stuff that I internalize, and I go through ups and downs. And sometimes I don't know when I'm going through the ups and downs because I try to block it out and stay focused. But I'm gonna honestly tell you, I forgot, man. Like, and that's bad because this is not for me. This is for you tomorrow, the people who watch this. This is not for me, man. Like, this is for you to show you inspiration, and I devalue that because of personal reasons, deprivation, and let me just be clear. I'm horny, you, and it's hard to accomplish or establish anything new when you're sharing a room with your brother. You know, especially if we're not on the same focus. A lot of stuff is in my hands. The projects with Emil, Elijah, Anson, Rob, and myself, and I'm putting myself last so I can just focus on myself. But the motivation and the lack of motivation plays a role. And focus could be altered from horniness because the body tells the truth. Meaning that every day I wake up, I look at foot porn. That's because I'm not active enough where I don't have to. When I was with Kim, I was very active, so I didn't have to look at porno at all because she was the porno. Not saying that she did a porno with me or whatever. I'm saying she was my activity. It was real life, so it made me focus on everything else because I wasn't being deprived sexual gratification. Being that I'm in these shoes, these circumstances, you know, I had an issue where I had a friend of mine who said she was going to come through and cook for me. And, I was going to get feed or whatever. And I asked my brother and currently my sister that, like, a couple of days or 5 days prior to let me get the room. I need to go somewhere because I'm going to have a guest over. So he was cool with it. He was like, all right, cool. Now, me and my other brother and Elijah, me and Kevin and Elijah had a prior agreement to say that he, what did he say? Oh, I asked him, I said, yo, is it cool? Could Elijah come over here, stay over here if I have a guest? He was like, yeah, just as long as you tell me ahead of time because I may have a guest. I'm like, oh, okay. So I thought we had an agreement, you know? So, people say when you wipe your nose with your left, you're lying. I heard that from my father. I'm not lying when I say this. Just that my nose itched. Just like my neck is itching right now. So anyway, um, trying to. So that time came. They moved. They went and everything. I was like, yo, yeah, I got somewhere to go. He said, yeah. I said, what y'all have on the agenda today? And my sister was upset. Like, I hope you ain't paying for feet. I'm like, yo, man, like, okay, why are you so angry? Like, I thought y'all be understanding, you know. Let me go into the details of paying for feet. Let me go into the details of my skeletons. Am I ashamed? Yeah, because I have enough game to not pay for it. I know I broke it down before of the emotional connection, the easier option. You know, when you get let down from a woman that you are focused on, it for me, it makes me focus on myself and say, you know what, I can't focus on her because it's not working. So let me focus on me. Let me focus on what I have to do. Now it's easier to say, you know, I'm just gonna focus on the music. But when you're deprived, like a woman turns back on, like there was a time where I was turned completely off from women, man, because Fantasia, you know, the lying that she was doing to make my character look like I'm a stalker or she needs protection over me. Um, Sharifa turned my body back on. My body didn't respond to women. Like I was at a point where I was like, you know, I can't do it, man. Like I don't know if there's a good woman out there. So my penis wasn't responding until Sharifa. I interacted with Sharifa. Now, don't get me wrong. I was active and in the moment, like before activity happens, and you show me some souls. Of course, my body would respond to that. But it's different when a woman's character makes your penis respond. And her character, her name, used to make my penis respond. Like she used to turn me on so much, man. And her name, anytime I thought about it, my penis would just respond to it because of her character. You know, I'm real big on character. So when you have that and your body's telling you this, and it's the truth, you know, you're not lying to your body saying no and all that stuff. You're telling your body, you're agreeing with your body, and your body's telling you the truth. And then you get let down from that person because their mind is lying to their body. And you know that the body communication is authentic. They know it, but their mind is lying because of principles, because of culture, because of installed man based theory. It takes a toll on you, man. And then it goes to, you know what? I need feet. I need it. So how do I get it? Do I fuck with a girl just because of her feet, or do I enter in a transaction where there's no emotional connection? Do I get with a girl and use her because I'm not attracted to her, I'm attracted to her feet? So I'm kicking all this game, acting like I'm genuine just to get that transaction and then hurt this girl in the long run? Or do I go into a financial transaction with this woman? So I chose to go into the financial, you know. But my pride gets in the way because I'm like, I don't have to do this, you know. So the same girl that I went into the transaction with, you know, I'll tell you, like the first time, it was such a relief. The frustration went away. I know how sex can calm and straighten out a lot of issues. I didn't realize that I was sexually frustrated until I nutted on some feet. And I was like, wow, I feel a lot more better. I don't feel angry. I don't feel deprived. I don't feel these things. So that was a big thing to me. So, and I wasn't even angry at Sharifa. It made me focus better. You know, when sex becomes your focus and you're not being relieved, you become frustrated. So, well, that for me, know, yeah, you too. But anyway, so my pride got involved, and I said, I'm not gonna pay for this shit, man. Like I gotta do this because the girl sees that as a transaction, but my pride won't allow me to pay for it any further. So I end up paying for it more, and I started feeling the way about myself, and I was like, I have enough game. I talk this so much shit about I get any girl, and here I am paying for feet. So I said, I'm not going to do this no more. So I came to her and I told her, and she's like, I'll give you half off. I was like, nah, that's not going to happen. So we end up becoming friends. Right? We're now close and everything. And now I don't pay for it. And it's not because of no gain, it's just because I helped her understand my perspective. I help her understand how that's a need of mine and I shouldn't pay anybody for it. But her being a giving person and everything, she respected it and she respected it, so I don't pay no more. But we're friends, and I'm not talking about the friends like, well, that's my friend and you build into a relationship. It's more like, yeah, we're really cool. Like we talk to each other, about life and all that stuff. We go out, we chill, you know. But overall, that's the reason why. There's people who is scared to talk to women, and I'm not one of those people. I'm just trying to be fair. You know, I'm just trying to be fair because I don't want to hurt a woman because of my need. Because I'm still emotionally attached to Sharifa even till today. Like I can't help the way I feel about that woman, man. And I'm trying, and I'm moving forward because she's destructive. Her eyes, but I have to show her construction. Like not just, I have to show her the building. She's not going to look at me building the building and value that. She's too destructive for that. She's just going to tear that away. I have to show her the final building and the success of the building. So that's what I'm doing to see how she responds. Is her pride going to be in the way? Is she going to be genuine? Is she going to really understand? But then on the opposite end, it's like, why do I have to show you the building? Why couldn't you see me? And I know you see me already, but why couldn't you trust what you saw? Why are you allowed other influences who don't have no idea of my character, haven't spent a day, an hour with me to influence your decision about someone that you spent days and fell in love with and all that? So, this YouTube series, I forgot that it's not about myself, and it's very important for me to update daily because that was the whole point of this, to show you step by step, day by day. But life happens, you know, and life happened to me, and I fell short of what I said. That's another thing. Like I'm becoming very hypocritical now. Like her, I really thought that this would work. Like showing her value, like saying you're a writer, you're not what you are today, what the places that you work, the money that you make, you're an author, you're a brilliant author. And I tried to show her that. And she didn't see it as of right now. She will, because I still have hope, but she didn't see it as of right now. So, but the destructiveness, and this is going full circle into my current situation at this room and the current situation of family members. The consistency of destruction because a person doesn't have a focus. People who don't have focus, who can't say, this is who I am this. They tend to be very destructive and very closed minded to their theories because they're destroyed. So when they see your focus, they try to be destructive to your focus. And that's what happened. You know, my sister is up here from what the heck is it? Oh yeah. My sister's up here. She's trying to get back on her feet. Cool. I helped her. I'm not gonna go into the details of how I helped her. But then we had a disagreement, and me, I'm a very passionate person about my dream. I can't have a person who did not do the same work or built up the same ability tell me destructive criticism. And we had a disagreement, and she was being very destructive by saying, I'm tired of hearing about the plan. I don't want to hear that. You're not going to make it. Prove me wrong. She said, we discussed it after because I completely cut it. I said, I don't have to listen to this. I'm not going to listen to destructive criticism. You can go and be with Kevin because I can't do this, you know. And then we discussed it. And she said, I love you. And I said, yo, but you still mad at me? I'm like, I'm not mad with you, man. But she was like, I love you. Um, I didn't mean for that to happen and everything. I was like, yo, she was like, I'm just trying to motivate you. I said, motivation, you could just say you can do it rather than you can't. You can. I believe in you instead of, I don't want to hear this. I'm tired of it. So I thought we squashed it. Then it led to the issue with me and Elijah where cleaning the room was an issue because it's like I clean. I haven't seen him clean, and I asked him to clean. He said, "Yeah." We talked about the situation. I'm like, what do you feel about it? He's like, I just feel it's two people in a disagreement. In my opinion, I was like, yo, you was there. You're not going to say anything about the stuff that you witnessed and the stuff that you're witnessing now. You're not going to say anything. So I felt the way about it, but I didn't really I don't think I took it out on him. I just wanted him to contribute with the cleaning. So I come home, I see the place ain't clean. I'm like, okay, well, I mean, I'm seeing him laying down. I'm like, well, what happened? Did you clean in here? And he's like, yeah, I did. And then I saw it. I was like, nah, it's not clean. He playing with me, and he said, you remind me of my father, blah blah blah. So I was like, you gotta shake that shit off because nah, man. Like, you know what you remind me of? You remind me of your old self, and that's that separation shit. And I'm not with it. So I ended up cleaning that night, and I separated the room. because the thing is, I had this and you threw this out, and I'm like, yo, I didn't throw out nothing, yo. I wouldn't. Anyway, I gave him time. You know, I thought that we was on board for the same dream, same focus. There has not been no contribution to the focus. He likes to bring up that the camera and me saying when I was in the shelter, watch what I do with that. Correct. That was true. I did say that. And I didn't do much. It's hard when, again, pussy is your focus. It's also hard when, well, not pussy, but feet. But at that time, it was the Antasia time. So it's hard when, you don't have someone to hold the camera or someone to participate. You know, I based this whole thing around the shelter, because I didn't have access. So I was going to base my visuals around the shelter. Also, I recorded the rain in the shelter, the majority of it in the shelter. Um, they they were destroyed also, and I began becoming destroyed, and I lost my focus, man. Like being under those circumstances, I remember one day, like after about 2 months in, I woke up and I said, "Is this my life? I, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna get out of this? How am I gonna get to become a rapper from here?" That was after the issue between me and Jamar in the shelter, and you try to give inspiration and say that you're a part of history, you're a part of something, you have talent. Like he can sing. I'm gonna release a song and give him more. Yo, he can sing. James can freestyle like it's written. Like Sam, he just criticize or whatever. But there was talent there, and there was Access Studio, and there was visuals, and for a moment they were dreaming, and they will allow the world to get the best of them, and then they'll get discouraged. I remember when Jamar, and listen to this, he was excited to get a job at Wendy's, yo. Wendy's. Like he's been in the system since a kid, man. So his level of achievement is not high as mine. Not saying that he didn't achieve. I'm not saying it like that. I'm saying more of what he values is a lot lower than what I value. Like he looked at Wendy's as a great opportunity. He looked at getting his own place and having privacy as an achievement. And he got discouraged because he thought he had the job in his past at Wendy's, and the references that happened at Wendy's fucked him up, and he couldn't get the job. He was very professional, like he went in there with a clear head. He really thought he nailed it. and he didn't get the job. He didn't get the opportunity, and to return back that discouraged, the first thing people tend to do is go to something that can take their mind off it. Weed, some type of um, vice to take their mind off of it. And then I guess he looked at me as, why you have everything, and I didn't have everything. You know, why you look down upon me. I didn't look down upon him. I care. And he had older issues because he didn't have nowhere to wash his clothes. So he had to wear the same thing over, and it takes a toll on a person. So I suggested maybe, me and Sam would contribute to washing his clothes. Because at that time, I had income coming in from unemployment. I was trying to move out. But it was just weird, man. Like, I remember waking up and saying, "These are my brothers. These are my these are my these are my siblings," because I felt like everybody was turning a blind eye. And then like James with his obsession for money, man, it's like money's more valuable. When I saw him flip and I was trying to halt him, and I spoke to him after, I said, never put money over people, man. Don't put money over me, especially, man. I mean, he had respect for me, and he valued me a lot because of character. We talked, we shared a room, but the way the system works and the way the world works, it discouraged you. And he felt unloved, and it was a distance on both ends, mine and his, because I was like, yo, you're bullying people instead of loving people or making people respect you're putting fear inside people, you know, and I don't fear, and he knew that, and he didn't fear me. It was just a respect. But then at the same time, it wasn't as relatable. But his ability, and I was like, yo, you should focus on that because you have natural ability to freestyle as, like, I wish I had that ability to freestyle as, like, good as a written. Man, very intelligent with words, but he values money so much, man. Like, he'll say, my yeah, I have a son, and you taking food out of my son's mouth, but he wouldn't spend it on his son. I didn't see, but he'll use that because he valued money, and I understand it, like, to a certain extent, but to me that's fickle. And I saw that, and I was like, nah, he didn't use that. He didn't give that money to his son, and even though him and his baby moms have issues, it wasn't given to his son. It was given to, you know, having a good time, which is, I can't fault him for that either. So with me having the camera and having the access and then having these things and then things not coming to fruition because we try to involve everybody in the show to and everything, and I became discouraged. I became so discouraged. I accepted my life there, man. Man, it takes a toll on a man. It takes a toll on the person. I couldn't talk. I went down, man, and then when I got out of it, I didn't realize I was depressed. I didn't realize I was defeated. I didn't do no music. I was more or less trying to get feet, and I got feet. You know, I got asked to. I was more concerned with that. So then to build myself up, it took a year and a half. Yo, I was down, man. I was more concerned with getting a house than having a dream. I was destroyed, and I had to rebuild. And the thing that helped me was Ed, the people here, you know, to have the information and to Ed the most, because when I rapped for him, I thought I was trash. And when I saw his response, I was like, and I'm telling you, when you're coming from Roosevelt and they're telling you negative shit, oh man, it's 31:43. God damn, I'm talking too much. But you're coming from these different aspects and everything, and you know, I'm gonna try to wrap this up. I didn't shoot with the camera because no one was holding the camera, and every time I would try to get everybody would be scared to hold the camera. No one would have vision of how to place the camera and make me look my best because it's really about the director. It's telling you gotta suck in your stomach. You gotta stand like this, stand up straight, Usam. You're slouching over. And I don't have that. I'm my own director, so I have to have someone hold the camera, shoot it, and then look at the footage and say, why didn't you tell me to stand up straight? Why didn't you tell me my stomach's hanging out? Why didn't you tell me? And then I have to do the scene again. And to do that, I'm directing my own self and I can't see myself. I'm just acting out the scene. It's very hard when you don't have a person who has the focus to make you look excellent. And you have to do all the work. So that's discouraging also. Um, man, I lost a lot of footage. I shot footage for Greyheart and I lost it because I shot footage for Andre and I didn't plug in the battery. The battery ran out as I was uploading the footage into the hard drive, so I lost both footage. Man, it's just discouraging. And then for my brother to be here and to use that, and he's justified in using it, but to not understand the emotional thing that happens when you're there, it's about survival, man. When you're in the shelter, it's about eating. When you're deprived, you realize how to appreciate when you're deprived of everything. It's like people who go to jail, they learn to appreciate their woman, but then they start slipping again. And that's the thing I don't get is like, how could you slip again? How could you not appreciate your woman when you're deprived your woman? And your woman's depriving herself. She could go out there and fuck around on you. Some women do that because they get so fed up. But you didn't. But there's women who actually stay and don't and deprive themselves and say, "I'm gonna hold off because I don't want nobody else but this man," and you still fuck over your woman, unappreciating ass, ungrateful ass, and then you destroy your woman because she's like, "Look, I have opportunity. I'm not locked up, but I'm locked up," and then you do that. It's the same thing when you're deprived food. Like at least in jail, you're getting fed 3 times a day. At least in jail, you can work out. You have a focus on your body. When you're in the shelter, there's no working out. When the shelter that I was in, you get fed once a day. Once a day. You have to survive. It takes, when you're starving and you watching other people starve and you're eating and other people ain't eating. I'm a fair person. Everybody eats. Everybody drinks. So when I got my unemployment, everybody ate, man. Everybody drank. People don't understand shit, man. They don't understand appreciation, man. That man was down because of Wendy's, man. And people look down upon Wendy's like that's a fucking dead end job. And he looked at it like, yo, that was an upgrade. I, we clashed, but I couldn't fuck him up, man. I couldn't do it because I care. And no matter if he tries to use it in the future and say, "Oh yeah, I had him hemmed up against the wall," like I'm looking at that. I'm looking at what he values, and I'm looking like I can't capitalize on a destroyed person. Same thing with Pablo. I can't. Destructive people, man. Damn, man. So I apologize for not being on point. Again, I'm still fucked up because the destructiveness that's around me. My brother's destructive, my sister's destructive, and I can't. I'm not destructive. I'm constructive. I can't be around it. So once my brother gets a job, he got 1 month to get up out of here, so I can be at peace and not be in a destructive environment. Because that's what's killing me right now is the lack of construction. My sister also, I can't be around destructive people. Sharifa also, I can't. Like, hopefully, when they see the building, they will start being constructive in their own lives, and then maybe we'll meet again. But I can't do this. So right now, I'm about to mix a meal. I got to put the shit in the reverb. I bought Reason 3 to get the reverb. I called Emil yesterday, and he said, yo, he's listening So Far Gone, and he said the mix that I gave him is so much better than So Far Gone. And I was like, yeah, that's because I care. And he understood now. He understands more better now what I was saying then because he experienced it. Man, destructiveness, man. I can't talk right now. I can talk to y'all because this is inspiration, but this is my fuck ups too. My learning process also to see so y'all don't make the same mistake, so y'all don't waste as much time as I did. I just realized what destructive people are, and that made me actually turn off to Sharifa. I still love her. I still have hope, because construction is hope of tomorrow. But I understand it now completely. She said this to me about relationships turning toxic, and I'm like, yo, your outlook on life is so fucked up. She said that she's destroyed and I shouldn't try to fix her. I'm like, yo, the amount of negativity that's coming, I can't do it, and that's why we clash. Because no matter how much I try to be constructive with a destructive person, all they understand is to destroy. So it's 41 minutes, man. I'm gonna stop here, but y'all stay positive, stay constructive, grow, go up. Don't be around people who's. And I'll go into detail in that tomorrow if I remember, which I hope I do. And y'all are partly my focus, but feet is still the main focus, man. I'm deprived. So I gotta get some feet. I really want a relationship. I don't have to do that. So I can focus better, but I can't have a relationship with Elijah being in the room. I can't even talk to any girl that I find attractive. And when that happens, after a while, you start to go back into insecurities and all that shit. Start thinking about, oh man, I work at Domino's. Man, fuck all that shit. Girls don't value me because of fucking where I work, man. They value me because I'm me. So, alright, wow.